The Xbox 360 and PS3 era, tailing into the then next-gen Xbox One and PS4, was full of first-person shooters, with different approaches, different gimmicks. The genre really flourished. Wolfenstein: The New Order, developed by MachineGames, in a part of that era of genre flourishing, aimed to do more than just provide a standard issue FPS. It's truly a cinematic journey, one that emphasizes character and scripting, all the while presenting character choice to still be central to many core aspects of the game.
The experience of a continuous existence. You are you at this point in time, the same you as you were in the past, and you have a sensation of riding along this continuum of being you into the future. Do you follow me? Doesn't look like it.
It's full of gore, cruelty, disturbing imagery, and grotesque political ideology, forming a narrative that forces a reaction against fascism, and the undeniable horror it is always built upon and creates anew.
You? I've seen you before. Oh, I like you. Such a resilient specimen. With you, I could do great things.
Not only that, Wolfenstein also asks us as players to look at our own society, to see comparisons to the highly dystopic world they present in-game, one in which Hitler won World War II and took over much of the planet.
Contact the U.S. military. I gotta find my unit, let them know I'm alive and ready for duty.
There's no more war.
It's over. No more military. No.
The war ain't over. Look at all these Nazis walking around.
They won.
It's over. The Nazis rule the world now. They are everywhere. Everywhere.
What about the U.S.?
The USA, what's the word? Poddacie.
The surrenders.
He surrendered.
Granted, the Nazis had help of crazy advanced technology to create this alternate timeline, but we'll get back to that later. The world they present is dark and miserable, but throughout its bleak moments there are instances of genuine human connection that stand out and make for well-written, character-driven
In the
scenes.
very center of Berlin. You're hiding in a plain sight.
It's the last place they would look out.
Will they not hear us?
Best to keep your voice down then, yeah?
Fuck me. B.J. Blazkowicz. I should have known only you would be dumb enough to do a daytime entry.
Lady.
Glad to have you back, Fergus.
Caroline, you're alive.
If you call shitting in a bag living.
The player character, Captain William B.J. Blazkowicz, lives in a version of 1960s Europe, where Nazi rule is everywhere, and resistance is always on the move and in hiding.
I haven't seen a real bed in months. Fuck off for a minute so I can sleep, right? Wake me if I say.
Throughout the game, Blazkowicz goes through hugely traumatic and scarring events, including one that leaves a massive lasting impact on the game itself, wherein which you have to choose one of two characters to save, leaving the other to die a gruesome death.
That's it. Today he's teaching me a lesson. I've seen suffering and death. People maimed and tortured. Thought I'd seen it all. But I'd never seen true cruelty. Until now. Count to 4. Inhale. Count to 4. Exhale.
From that point forward, the character you choose will remain alongside you in the Resistance, and their scripting and character arcs are completely different.
I'm getting old, Blazkowicz. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this.
We'll be alright. We can still get the job done.
Aye? For how much longer?
What's this about, Fergus?
I don't know. Nothing. Everything. It's about that boy, goddammit, Private Wyatt. He should be here instead of me. He was young. He had potential. He could have given us a future. You and me were two fucking mummies from the past, running on nothing but willpower.
I made the wrong choice.
Oh, that's fucking obvious, isn't it? I was ready to die. I would have done it gladly. I worked my ass off to save that boy, Blazkowicz, and you fucking pissed it away on a whim. Remember Prendergast? That fucking kid, he could endure anything. Now he's gone. They're all fucking gone. And you're stuck with this useless fucking skeleton. I mean, tell me, what's the long-term solution, eh? Who's gonna take over when we're too damn battered to strap on the holsters anymore? get the fuck out. I need a nap.
It's interesting, at least to me, to emphasize player choice in such a linear and cinematic game, but it's really another element that helps Wolfenstein: The New Order stick out from the herd. The characters are very well acted, all helping create a living world, one that you're very thankful you don't live within.
It's good. Chatty?
Nah, I'm good, thanks.
Concrete. The essential building material of the Reich. It's based on a .E shoot technology. It's almost perfect, but it's deteriorating through time, developing mold. Someone is tampering with the mix, someone who knows its secrets. I analyzed it and found a trace of this type of limestone that exists only in northern Croatia. Now, look at this. The name Set Roth. It appears 3 times in .E shoot documents. According to official records, he's been detained in 1941 in Łódź and sent off to a forced labor camp in Belice in northern Croatia. Now, this is where things get interesting. The labor camp excavates limestone from a quarry for manufacture of concrete. I believe this is the place where we'll find Set Roth.
Every environment is lovingly crafted with this sense of dread in mind. Reflective of these bleak environments are the other aesthetics in the game, like the grungy, metal-inspired score that gets my blood pumping every time a firefight breaks out. It even appears to get more and less intense depending on if the player is engaged with combat, which is a nice touch. The weapons you acquire and use are shiny, metallic, and more importantly, violent. Everything from the way that guns fire and blow back from recoil to the reloading animations have a very aggressive feel to it, all emphasizing the dire straits humanity is under during Nazi control. Now, of course, there's other futuristic weapons that the Nazis have and that you end up acquiring as well. Many of these are very creative and interesting, but some of them are a little harder to use than others. Once you get the hang of them though, they're pretty fun. And even though you might wonder how the Nazis did this, a lot of that gets explained in the story. Every level and room within each level is designed with particular challenges in mind, aiming to keep the player tested as they advance. Unlike other FPS games, the player can't simply go into any room in Wolfenstein guns a-blazing, hoping they can mindlessly slaughter their prey. In this game, you gotta take things with caution, finding reliable cover points and identifying where your enemies are spawning from. On top of this, you have to be aware of your ammunition, as this isn't a campaign where one always has bullets to fire. It's actually quite the opposite. The New Order forces players to save their ammo and use it sparingly, especially against the enemies who need specific ammo in order to kill them, or you need to fire from specific points on them and they only give you so many points to hit them, that sort of thing. In this way, Wolfenstein asks players to always be taking a tactical approach, one that demands stringent use of skills, and to always capitalize on opportunities that are presented, not just providing hallways to run down and quickly shoot away at brainless AI. MachineGames obviously wanted to do more than just create gameplay design that rewards fast aiming. They created a combat paradigm and level design system that complements patience and awareness on behalf of the player. This to me is a welcome change to the DNA of the FPS genre, and in many ways it's more of a fair homage to the past games in this storied franchise, which, by the way, this game references in creative and fun ways as well. While the game starts at a high and fast pace, there are of course breather moments sprinkled in, like swimming through narrow passageways and navigating the Resistance HQ. It helps strike a nice balance between tense atmospheres and scenes that feel like they're from a horror movie, as well as calmer, normal scenes that remind you of the humanity of the other people that you're trying to protect.
Another toy on the run.
When it comes down to it, Wolfenstein: The New Order is a fantastic experience, and definitely not for the squeamish at heart. It's gritty, unapologetically political and brutal, and most importantly, highly attuned to how it controls, making everything feel approachable, yet still very challenging. I'm excited to play more from the MachineGames Wolfenstein franchise, as I know the high-octane thrills are only just getting started.
Enough to strike at the operations. The days of scurrying like rats are over. With these machines in our possession, we can go anywhere, hit anything. We will rebuild the Kreisau Circle, arm ourselves to the hilt. We will rise up and take down Death's head.